everybody. Welcome to our rehearsal. We are here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, rehearsing because we're going on tour in Ontario and Quebec from March 13th to the 23rd. It's going to be really fun. We haven't been on tour since October. We're rehearsing for a lot of reasons. We got a lot of new music we're playing. I have been in the studio working on a new record, which I'm very excited to share with you. And also, we have a new member to our family and our band. No drama or anything here, but our dear John Smith has gone back to school. So he's going to be taking some time away from the band, and we love him and wish him the best. But without further ado, on the drums, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Ivan Burke.
Hello.
Ivan, fellow Winnipegger, has been playing music with myself and Julian for the better part of over 15 years. So it's not like this is anything new, but in a way, it is new for us, and it's very exciting. And we're hitting it. We're doing the thing. Last week, I asked you guys to give a bunch of questions, so we're going to answer some of your questions. Thank you for sending them in. What's the best way to pass the time on the road between or before shows? When I'm on tour, I just want to be able to finish the tour and get through it. So I tend to be the most boring person ever, and that involves resting. You know, maybe if we're in town where there's friends or family, I will like to see them, but for the most part, I am outrageously boring, and I just want to rest.
I guess I like to go for walks.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm. I'll do that and maybe get some coffee or something.
Yeah, you tend to like go on a walk and then you disappear for like 3 hours.
Yeah, I like to find nature spots. I think maybe I said this before, but I'll look on the map for green spaces and then walk to them. Yeah, I usually find some interesting things.
Coffee's a big one for me too. Kind of a big foodie, so I try and scope out the best restaurants, do some exercise somehow.
What about you, Manny?
I like to keep it pretty chill. Sometimes I like to go on walks as well. Coffee is a big thing for me also. And I also bring my Steam Deck on tour, so I like to game. Yeah, it chills me out a bit, which is great.
How do you choose which cities to play in? Any band, any artist you see, you could see your analytics on your Spotify and your social media of where you have fans and followers. That plays a part into it. But generally when you're touring, we tour a lot in the United States, in Canada, and Europe, and the UK. Those are the main places we play. Obviously, a lot of countries within Europe. You have to start somewhere. Once you have, I guess, more data and history to base your previous touring experience on, you tend to look where you have more people showing up in certain places, and you try to cater to those places, but you always want to create opportunity for newer markets, and that means going to a brand new place that you haven't been, trying a market that might feel a little slower each time you go there and try to build it. There's never any malice. If we haven't come to your city yet, it's probably because logistically it hasn't made sense, or maybe the demand hasn't been hot enough yet. So basically what I'm saying is, if you want us to come to your city, and we haven't yet, you just got to promise that you bring all your friends, and that all your friends bring their friends and family, and we will have a very fun time together. How do you dial your amp in to a new room? So we did a Q&A a year ago, which you can find here on my YouTube page. And I kind of answered this question in regards to what I do, but I kind of spoke for what Manny does. Manny does our sound. So typically on stage, the amp is very quiet. I'm like the quietest guitar player I've ever been. I've usually been a very loud guitar player, and now I basically set the volume the same every show. And depending on the venue, if it's bigger or smaller, it'll feel a little louder or quieter at times, and that gives us a little bit of wiggle room. But I try to keep it the exact same every time for full consistency. And then I essentially get it to a point where I am happy and it feels good in the ears and on stage. And then it's all in Manny's hands. So Manny, what do you do to just not even dial in an amp, but just dial drums, vocals, everything in?
Like you were saying, the consistency for me is quite handy. And we travel with ears for everyone and the same mic package, which keeps things pretty consistent for me. That way, when I tune my room, which is like playing my music that I really know well, to take out any frequencies that are sounding kind of weird in the room or whatever. That way, I've got a pre-made show file that will be pretty close and keep the show sounding as consistent as possible.
There's another part to the question. What's the first thing you do when you get to a new venue?
Yeah, the first thing in the venue, I'll talk to the local sound person that's there, kind of get an idea of how things are routed, if there's anything weird that goes on in the room sound-wise. I'll take over the console, load my show file, and start tuning the room and taking a listen to what it sounds like. And that kind of tells me what I'll have to adjust during sound check for the show.
What's the best advice you can give on becoming a touring musician?
Take care of yourself, maybe. It can be tough on the body and on the mind.
It wouldn't hurt to try and be a nice person, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with other people, so being cool is probably really good advice.
Great advice. I would also say just finding balance, just find moderation in what you're doing, not too much of anything. If you like to party, but like maybe not too much that it's going to ruin it for you and for everyone else. If you want to just eat food that makes you feel like shit, do that, but maybe just limit it to an amount that your body can handle it. You know what I mean? Like just do everything in moderation, and that typically works. Do you have a recording setup for travel, for stage, or for any music idea you could have? I know for a fact no one travels with a recording rig. If I have an idea at a sound check or backstage, I'll just do it on my phone, and that seems to work. I think the same would go for everybody else. However, we travel with our own console, and the console itself records. So we can record every show every night. We can listen back, and we can make adjustments. We can hear what's working. We can hear what's not working. Pre-console, we would set up a phone, or we would sometimes get to do a left-right recording on a show, but now we have a lot more control for actual multi-tracking, or just having even more control on a basic recording. What's on the board for this tour? Like I said, we're doing a lot of new music from the next record, and this next record has a lot of new sounds on it, a lot of cool experimentation, and I wanted to implement a lot of those sounds. So for me, to be honest, it's a lot of the same stuff I always use. For overdrives, I'm using a Janray, but I'm using this King of Tone for rehearsals. I got the Octolan, the Mini Fuzz by King Tone, and the Therme, which provides a lot of delays. The H9 provides delays and rotary and other sounds. The Chroma Console by Hologram Effects is amazing. That's like my number one most used tool in the studio, and it's all over the album, so we use it live. And the Zoma, which is trem and reverb. Are you using the fart pedal still?
Super awesome. I've been using this a lot. It's called the fart pedal.
That sounds great. Where do you put that in your chain? You put that first, right?
Well, right now it's first, but I should probably have it like in a loop or something.
Right.
Unfortunately, not this tour. No fart pedal, but I have. It's very simple. Just the Line 6 HX Stomp and a Jadfreer Capo preamp DI. Pretty straightforward.
Do you think the fart pedal might make make its way back on your board?
I hope so. There are a few songs that it would could be used in.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're going to be on tour in Ontario and Quebec on March 13th. You can see the dates. We hope to see you, and the rest of the year is going to be very busy because there's a lot of new music to come. And I cannot wait to share it with you. So until then, take care. See you soon.
I can't look back